Hello everybody, welcome back to another video on the Tested Potato channel. This one's going to be a different one. It's going to be more of an informational one. You could probably see by the title. In this one I'm going to be explaining what every different component of Redstone does, because I feel like I've done quite a bit of Redstone in my spare time. And this is just when I got a PS4. I used to play on PS3, do a lot of Redstone then, and stuff like that. But yeah, let's just hop into this. Before we get into this though, these are going to be all of the items that I am going to be explaining. It's all of the items that are in the Redstone section, and I guess I could add these to it too. That, and that. So just quickly plop these on. So basically these are going to be all of the things that I am going to be reviewing in this video. Alright, so let's just get into this. It's a long line. So starting off, we have redstone dust, actually, which is pretty much like the foundation of all redstone. So basically redstone can be powered, and it can go up to 15 long. So right here, see, it stops right here. No power, that's because that's 15 pieces of redstone. And when redstone is on a block and it is powered, it is weak powering that block. So basically, say there was more redstone down here, redstone can't be weak powered, but repeaters and comparators and things like that can, so they get powered while on the side of blocks that are powered by redstone dust. Redstone dust, when there's something running like that, when it's running past something, it doesn't activate it, as you can see, but when it's running into something, it can. Also, redstone can travel up transparent blocks that it can be placed on, so like slabs, glowstone, glass, stuff like that. As you can see, it is going up, but it cannot go down. Alright, next one, repeaters. Repeaters can be weak powered, as mentioned earlier. They will strong power, I don't really know the word for it, but they will strong power blocks, basically making it so that a redstone on it can be activated through a block like that. Repeaters, so if you have a really weak, actually yeah, I could connect that to that. A weak, so this is 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. This is a signal strength of 10 going into this repeater. It will always output 15. So that makes them very useful. Also, a repeater will always give out a 1 tick delay to the other side. So see what activated? This side will activate 1 tick after this side does. And you could bump this up to 4 ticks. So this is 1 tick, 2 tick, 3 tick, 4 tick. And basically that means, see, that side activated 4 ticks after this side. There we go. Now the next one, these two are pretty easy, pistons and sticky pistons. Basically, pistons can push and pull, and basically sticky pistons will bring the block that is on them back to them. Normal pistons will not. So pistons can be weak powered, they can be strong powered, and also if you give them a 1-tick pulse, they will spit out their block. So here's a sticky piston. See if I can get this right. There we go, there's a 1-tick pulse. And it'll bring it back, it'll spit it out. You could also do a 1-tick pulse with an observer, like so. Alright, next one, pressure plates. They heavy power blocks, and there's not really a difference between these two, except for, I don't even think one lasts longer. Yeah, no, they last the same amount of time, but you cannot power stone with an item. You can power wood with an item. And with buttons, it is very similar. Wood is pressed down for longer. Stone is pressed down for a shorter amount of time. And if I grab a bow real quick, you can see wood can be shot with an arrow, and stone cannot. Now, a lever, it's obvious, as you saw with the buttons, they get pressed for a bit, then unactivate. A lever, you flick it, stays on, flick it, turns off. It strong powers blocks. Redstone torch will strong power blocks above it, the block above it, like so, and it won't power individual blocks to the side of it, but it will power specific like redstone things next to it. And basically if you run a redstone line, or if you power the block that it's on, like so, it will deactivate, therefore making it not activate any redstone. Redstone block is simple. It just, I think it weak powers. I know it can't give signals through blocks, so it weak powers. See, that's a weak power. If it was strong powered, this would be activated. But there you go, there's redstone like that. It will just power anything near it. Also, it cannot be pushed. It can be pushed by pistons, but you should not push it upwards with the piston, because as you can see, if you push it upwards, it will dead power the piston and make it stay. Now we have dispensers and droppers. So these are pretty basic. You put in an item, it will dispense it back out when powered. Same with the dispenser, except for if there's, say, I'm not going to do it with TNT, but if you'd put TNT in it, it would come out as like exploding TNT. This is actually very helpful. If you put a shulker box in it and power it, it'll place down the shulker box. It will not place down any kind of blocks though. It can, what else? It can fire arrows like that. It can fire splash potions, all kinds of stuff like that. Note blocks are simple. They will play music depending on the block under them. So if there's like grass or dirt or under it, it'll make that sound, or if there's nothing, it'll make that sound. I'm not going to go through all of them because there's a lot, but there's that, what else? There's the packed ice, there's gold, there's a lot. Also, there's solid blocks, so you can power them kind of like this to make music. So if I quickly just do that, boom, you can see it went through all of them. You could make like a redstone clock. Yeah, no, that sounds horrible, but you could use different blocks under them to make it sound better. TNT. This one's quite obvious. It is not a solid block, but if you activate it, I have TNT explodes off in this world. Yep, if you activate it, it will blow up the surrounding area. Also, if you activate one and there's one right next to it that's not activated, it will activate that other one. So, redstone lamps, these are solid blocks. So if you were to power like that, I don't know why I'm building with packed ice. I'll grab some wool, I guess. But yeah, as you can see, it is a full block, so anything around it will also be powered. It basically just turns off and it gives off a light level of, I think 12 is light level. I've never really paid attention to that. It's either 12 or 15. Tripwire is kind of a weird one. See if I do that and put one across from it. Then you have to get some string and do that. And basically when you walk over it, it will activate and it will strong power that block, giving a signal strength of 15. So it's kind of like a player detector, but very visible. And it will also detect items and like mobs and stuff. I just chose the zombie pigman because that was like the first thing I went over. Daylight sensors will detect the light level of like the day. See, it's day, so it is giving out a strong output, and you could turn it into night mode, and then it'll give a output at night. See, so like it's night and it's on day mode, so nothing's happening. I change it to day, it gives out an output. Okay, I'm back. Now, time for weighted pressure plates, heavy and light. So they are very similar, but this is the light one, so basically it counts entities. So see, that's one, and if I throw a diamond in there, they will stack, so it'll only be one still. But if I throw a different entity, see 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's just gonna continue on like that. It also works with mobs and players. So 1 and 2, 3, and so on and so forth. Now, the heavy pressure plate's a bit different, and basically it goes on quantities of 10 rather than 1. So basically, see, one entity, there's 1, and 2 entities, it's still 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I miscounted. 10. There we go. And then it also works with mobs, and I'm just going to build that so that they don't burn. 1, 2, this is gonna get kind of loud, so you probably won't be able to hear me over them. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Is it 11? No, it's 10, but the first one doesn't count towards that because 1 turns it on, and then it goes on for 10. So 9, 10. There you go. And then it continues on like that. And then, oh yeah, all that XP and stuff. Wow, it's a lot of XP. Okay, trap chest. Let me turn my audio back up. So, trap chest. Basically they will soft power the block they're on. It's been so long since I used a trapped chest. So basically there's redstone behind them. it will power that redstone. I'm pretty sure it would power this piston. No, okay. But if there was a piston right here, it would power that. If it was redstone right here, it would power it. Here, it would power it. So basically, it would power anything like touching it. So basically, here, well, it wouldn't power that because it can't be pushed. At least not on this edition. So basically, it would power anything in these spots. See, and then, well, I can't activate it, or I can't get into it now. But basically, it would power any of that when you open it. Now, hoppers are kind of complicated. You throw an item on top of it, it picks it up. But not only can it pick items up, it can also put items into chests, making it useful for storage systems. And basically, see, if you throw it like that, since that hopper, or if you place a hopper on top of another container by like crouching and pressing on it, then it will take any items that it got and put it into that thing. So basically, see, I throw a hopper on top of the hopper, it puts it in there. And basically, if you make a tower like this, you throw a hopper into, or any item on top of this, it will pick it up, and before going into here, this one will take it out of that one, because basically, if you have a container or something that can hold items with a hopper underneath it, any items that get put in there will be taken out by the hopper. So if an item goes in here, first this hopper will take it from there, and then this hopper will take it from there and put it in here. So basically, see, it ends up down here and not in any of these. And then again, not in any of these, it goes down at the bottom. See, you do 2 items at a time, both of them go down there. So everything will go down into this chest until this chest is full. Then it'll start filling up this one, then it'll start filling up that one. And it's very helpful for storage systems. Also, you can lock a hopper from picking up items or putting items into other things, basically like this. So if you power it with like a redstone torch, see, no items can be taken from it, and if there is items in it, then they won't go into any object. You can also power it like this, and I'm pretty sure like this too, with redstone weak powering like this. Yeah, there we go. And there's also a number of other ways. If you really want to learn all of them, you can experiment by yourself, or maybe look up another video. It would take way too long to show all of the ways to lock a hopper. Anyways, and that is mostly helpful to build automatic sorting systems. You can make an automatic sorting system, and first to make this hopper facing into nothing, and then any hoppers from there facing straight down. So then basically you could put items in there, and say you wanted it to only be able to take diamonds. Basically, you put a diamond in each row and 18 at the end. See, I just put an extra, so now it got cycled down to the bottom. See, if I were to try and throw anything on there that wasn't a diamond specifically, it would not take it. But if I were to throw a diamond, no, okay, hold on, sorry, has to have a hopper facing on it. So basically, see, it'll pick those up, will not go through the system. Throw a diamond on it, it will go through the system and end up down here. And It can be very helpful for shops, automatic sorting systems, all that kind of stuff. Next one, this is in Activator. Yeah, Activator Rail. Basically, really the only time I've ever seen this used is mainly for minecarts with TNT. Yeah, oh wait, I shouldn't have done that. No, it's fine. Detector rail basically detects when a minecart is on top of it and gives out a redstone signal of 15. And powered rail basically will, if it's not powered, if powered rail isn't powered, then basically it will stop any minecarts from going past it. But if it is powered, it'll make them go faster. So basically like this, you just power them by either soft powering or strong powering the thing. See, they'll go and then they'll just stop because that one's not activated. But if it was, it will just give the thing a boost, make it go faster. That allows you to make them go uphill and stuff. This thing, probably one of the most useless things in the game. I don't even know why I'm giving you an explanation on it. Basically, you give it coal, it goes. Minecart with hopper is actually extremely useful. It will pick up any item thrown onto it. If there is a hopper underneath it, the hopper will take out all of the items that it picks up. So there we go, like that basically. See, it'll pick it up. So basically, if you have a pickup system for this, or for a farm, basically, see, it'll just go back and forth, and any items on the way will be picked up, and then this hopper will pick them up. It's one use for it. Also, it can, if I just destroy all this real quick, it can pick up items through blocks. So see, there's a block above it. It can pick up that item. Hoppers, however, cannot do that. See how there is items on top? It can't pick them up. Hopper with minecart can. So, minecart TNT. This one, yeah. So basically, you can power it. So you know, with the activator rail shown earlier, like that. If the activator rail gets powered, boom. Go off the edge, please. There you go. See, if it like falls or rams into something, it will blow up. But that, I'd have to build a longer like thing for it to gather more momentum. That's why it wasn't exploding. So basically, hold on. If you did this, you could. It's like an instant miner. Like, you could just mine to bedrock in a matter of seconds with this. I don't know if it'll explode from this height. This is pretty small. Oh, it will. Yeah, you could easily build like some kind of miner for, to go down to bedrock with these, because the explosion is actually bigger than TNT. Oh no. Oh god. There you go. Alright. Observers are the second last thing. They're simple, but not. They are very useful. One of the most useful things, or pieces of redstone in the game. They will basically detect when an update happens in front of them. So basically, if redstone gets powered, if redstone gets placed, see, if I break the redstone, if I place it, if I power it, it works for rails, it works for everything that you can update. And what's even more useful, or maybe not more useful, but it's really cool, you can basically put string, and if a player walks through it or exits the block with the string, it will give an update and the observer will detect it. And when an observer detects an update, it will give a 1 tick pulse, as you were seeing with the piston. It doesn't stay activated. It went really fast. You'll see it. It's like what I said earlier about spitting out the block. They can be pushed, which makes them a really easy T flip-flop. See, if you were to get this, that would make a super easy T flip-flop. So just add some redstone right here. See? Really easy T flip-flop. Observers can be chained. So like you can build them kind of like this. Because when an observer detects an update, it causes an update. So basically you can chain them kind of like this. So placing down a block right there would give an update. See, it'll chain around, eventually get to the end. See, you could also, since that's facing up and that's like that, you can kind of see the progress. An observer, if you face it like that, it will kind of make a redstone clock. And if you push an observer into that position, it'll go even faster. So yeah. Last thing though is the comparator, which I was considering making its own video, but I'm not going to. Okay, so comparators can do many things. This is the showcase area that I have created. So basically, a comparator has two modes, subtract and normal. But one of its functions is detecting items that are inside of containers, and basically a double chest. The signal strength depends on 1, the container it's in, and 2, the item. So if the item is a stackable, I could stack to 64, then it is a weak strength. It will only give out 1 until you give it like 42, then it'll go up 1. At least for a dropper, it has to be 42. And in something like a dropper, it will non-stackable items always give more signal strength than stackable items. So see, this is 1 non-stackable item. See, like if I get 2 diamond shovels, they won't stack. They are separate. So that means it gives a signal strength of 2. And for this one, see, it gives a signal strength of 1, even though both of them have 1 item. This is stackable, this is not. Also, it depends on the container, so like a double chest would give very low outputs, so you would need, in order for it to activate 2, you're gonna need 1 non-stackable item for 1, and 4 non-stackable items to make it 2 in a double chest. If it was a single chest, you'll only need 2 non-stackable items to make it 1, and when it is in a hopper, the non-stackable items actually give out a decently strong output. So if I do this, add some lamps to the side, put in a non-stackable item, it gives an output of 3 compared to the 2 right here and the 1 right here. So another feature of it is it will put out the signal strength that's given. So if I flick this, this will be 15, 14, 13, 12. and it'll go all the way down, and this will have a signal strength of 1. So if I flick this lever, see, this has a signal strength of 1, so it is only outputting 1. If I give it a signal strength of, say, 6, it will output 6. If I give it a signal strength of 15, it'll output 15. So it's not like a repeater where it resets it, it just basically gives it, or re-outputs the same input that I got. So the output is the same as the input. So see, I just flicked 10, and now it's 10 on both sides. Now over here, this should be in subtract mode. So basically when you press on it, it kind of lights that little thing at the end, which means it's subtract mode. And basically what subtract mode is say I give it an output or an input of 14. See, it'll go all the way up to 14, and then I subtract, say, like 15, 14, 13, 12. See, I give it an output of 12 into the side of it, 14 going in this way, and 12 going into the side of it. 14 minus 12 is 2, so the output would be 2. Comparators are very complicated, so say 14, and I give it a 14, nothing, 14 minus 13, right here, 1, 14 minus 12, 2, 14 minus 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 14 minus 7 is equal to 7, 1, 2, 3, actually I could just use that, yep, 7, and you could do this with, say, like, if you gave your output 15 minus 14, 1, 15 minus 7 equals 8, if that's lined. I'm just trying to give a lot of examples. 10, and then if this side is higher, it will just give it a 0. So see, this is 10 minus 14 would equal negative 4, but in this case there's no possible way it could be negative. So there's that, and it's basically comparators in a nutshell. Okay, so I hope you have all learned something new. That is going to be the end of this episode. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Share this to any friends or family, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.